Nicholas Jason had been the office manager at Apex Contract Solutions, one of the most famous consulting firms in downtown New York for almost 10 years. He was known for running things strictly, making sure all tasks were done on time, and that every employee followed the company's rules without any excuses. However, beneath his professional look, Nicholas had a big flaw. He was quick to judge people based on how they looked. He cared a lot about rules but didn't see people for who they really were. One Wednesday morning, Apex Contract Solutions hired a new worker, a young black woman named Shirley Smith. Shirley was an experienced consultant with an amazing resume, having worked for big companies all over the country. She was excited to join the firm and make a real difference. But when she walked into the office that day, she didn't know what was about to happen. Shirley got to the office 7 minutes early wearing a sharp navy blue pantsuit with a leather briefcase. She looked confident, stood tall, and her eyes sparkled with quiet determination. But when Nicholas saw her, he made a quick judgment. "You're late," Nicholas said as he walked up to her, his arms crossed. His voice was firm and disapproving. Shirley was surprised. She checked the clock and smiled politely. "Actually, sir, I'm early. My start time is 8:45 a.m., and it's only 8:37 a.m." Nicholas dismissed her with a wave of his hand. "Being on time doesn't mean you're ready to work. Here, we expect effort from day one," he said sharply, turning away. He gestured for her to follow him down the hallway without another word. Shirley, though confused, followed him to a small cubicle near the break room, far from where the consultants and analysts sat. Nicholas dropped a stack of paperwork on her desk, files full of old contracts and expense reports. "Start with this," Nicholas ordered, his voice cold. Shirley looked at the paperwork. She was a skilled consultant and knew this kind of work should be done by an assistant, not a consultant, but she kept quiet, knowing first impressions were important and she needed to prove herself. Instead, she looked up at Nicholas and asked politely, "Excuse me, Mr. Jason, I was hired for a consulting role. Could there be something more suited to my skills that I could start with?" Nicholas just smirked. "You're new here. Show you can follow simple instructions before asking for tougher tasks." Shirley nodded, accepting the challenge, but inside she knew Nicholas was testing her, judging her by her looks and thinking she was just another new hire. The day went on, and Nicholas's treatment of Shirley only got worse. Whenever she asked questions or tried to talk with other team members, he would interrupt or give short answers. He gave her simple tasks like making coffee, organizing files, and printing documents, tasks below her skills. Nicholas seemed determined to prove she wasn't good enough for more important work, making it clear her job there was temporary at best. Shirley had faced this kind of prejudice before, but she wouldn't let it define her. She worked hard, always keeping her eyes on the bigger picture. By 2:53 p.m., Nicholas decided Shirley wasn't right for Apex Contract Solutions. He called her into his office, ready to let her go. "Look, Shirley," Nicholas began, barely looking up from his computer. "This isn't working out. You don't fit in here, and frankly, I don't see you lasting. I'm letting you go now." Shirley didn't flinch. She sat calmly in the chair across from him, her hands on her lap. After a moment, she spoke, her voice steady. "Are you sure about that, Mr. Jason?" Nicholas looked up, confused. "Of course I'm sure. You're not suited for this job. You've shown me nothing but incompetence. People like you can't just meet our standards." Shirley's lips curled into a faint smile. She reached into her briefcase and pulled out a folder. Without a word, she slid it across the desk to him. Nicholas looked at the folder, puzzled. He opened it and froze. The document inside read, "Shirley Smith, CEO and founder of Apex Contract Solutions." His face turned white as he read the title. You're the owner." Shirley stood up slowly, her expression calm but firm. "Yes, Mr. Jason, I'm the owner of this company, and I've seen how you treat new employees, especially women and people of color based on their appearance. This is not the culture I want for Apex Contract Solutions." Nicholas stammered, trying to find words but couldn't. His face was red with embarrassment as he realized his mistake. Shirley continued, her voice firm but calm. You judge me by how I look without knowing who I am or what I can do. Now, I have to decide about your future here." With those words, Shirley turned and left the office. The next morning, an email went out to all staff, announcing that Nicholas Jason was no longer with the company. His position was taken by someone who really understood the importance of inclusivity, respect, and fairness, values that Shirley always believed in. Shirley Smith went on to lead Apex Contract Solutions with a new dedication to making it a place where every employee, no matter their background or looks, could succeed. From that day on, the firm became a place where people were valued for their abilities and hard work, not their appearance, and where no one would be unfairly judged again. If you like this story, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more.